Hi, this is Matt Wiggins, one of the founders of Pattern. And today, along with Kevin MD, we are happy to bring you this piece of original content that we're hoping in the next few minutes you will learn how to not make the top mistake that doctors make when purchasing disability insurance. And so through the years, Pattern, we've worked with more than 7,000 doctors, educated them on disability insurance. And so from that experience, we're going to tell you what we've seen as their biggest mistake and hopefully help you avoid it as you look to purchase disability insurance and protect your greatest asset financially, which is your income. So getting disability insurance should be easy, right? It's just an insurance policy. There's definitions. You can learn about the companies and just buy it real fast online. The problem is that's wrong. It's one of the most complicated forms of insurance that's out there. It's not helped by the fact that there are salespeople out there for the wrong companies and the wrong policies trying to get you to buy them. So if we can help you to not get ripped off and actually get the right coverage, that's our goal. We want you to get it right the first time, or if you didn't get it right the first time, we want you to know why and to be able to get it right the second time here. So the biggest mistake that we see doctors make is that they do not get a true own occupation disability insurance policy. And that is huge. I know that sounds like, some kind of insurance speak, true own occupation coverage, but it is absolutely the crux. It is the pinnacle point of the entire policy that you have to look for. And so what we're really talking about here is the definition of disability. What is their definition? When does it pay you? How much does it pay you? And there really are 4 different types, and we're going to go through each of them so that you'll understand, okay, these are the good kind, these aren't such a great kind of coverage. The definition isn't great here, and hopefully you end up with the right one in the end. So the definition of true own occupation coverage basically just says, if you cannot do your specific duties of your own occupation, it kind of means like your specialty, like your duties, your procedures. If you can't do those things specifically, it will pay you the full benefit even if you can do another job. You can work at a library, you could teach, you could do all sorts of things and do something with your life and not worry about your benefit getting diminished or taken away from you simply because you can do any other job. And so here's some sample language directly from one of the contracts. You see right there in the middle, it says you will be totally disabled in their eyes, even if you're gainfully employed in another occupation. So if you buy this kind of policy, you can know if you're ever prevented from doing your duties due to a disability, an injury or illness, that you're going to get paid your full benefit and you're still free to do something with your life. And that is so freeing. I can't tell you how many times that doctors have said, wait, let me make sure. And when they finally got this, it was like the moment they said, great, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. So you want to make sure this kind of language is in your contract. Now, the definition of transitional own occupation, this just basically says if you get disabled, it is own occupation. They will pay you something if you cannot do your specific duties. They're just not going to let you go beyond the income you are earning as an attending physician. And so here's some of the language here. It basically says benefits will be paid to you, but if the benefits they're paying you and the income you're making from another job, if that ever exceeds what you made as an attending physician, they'll reduce the benefit, so you're just making what you made as an attending physician. Now, I can't tell you how unlikely it is for a doctor to become disabled and as a disabled person to find a career that when matched up with the disability benefit they're receiving, they actually end up making more than they did as an attending physician in their career they trained for. It just doesn't happen very often. And so this can be a good definition of own occupation. You just have to know there's a cap on it at what you made as a physician while you were attending. The modified own occupation, now this is tricky. This comes on a lot of policies where they say it's a true own occupation policy. It's really not. And so if you can work in another occupation, just know they will keep paying you something. They're just going to diminish it by whatever you're earning, the percentage or the dollar amount you're earning in the other occupation. So here's some of the wording from it. Basically, it's saying if you can't do your duties and you're not gainfully employed in any occupation, then they'll pay you the full benefit. If you are working in some other job, some gainful employment, just know that let's say you're making 40% in another job of what you made as an attending physician, then they'll probably reduce what they're paying you by that 40%. So you just have to know that that's the way the modified own occupation works. If you're paying a lot less for it, that's fine. But if you're paying the same thing as a true own occupation policy, then you probably want to get the true own occupation. And finally, any occupation just says the only way they're paying you the full benefit is if you're disabled and can't do any job. And needless to say, this is not good for doctors. You don't want a disability insurance company not paying you because you can't be a doctor, but maybe you could, like I said, work at a library or even work from home. And they decide, well, you can do some jobs, so we're not going to pay you. That's a bad situation. You want to make sure that the definition of disability is focused on your specific duties, and they pay you if you can't do those. So this is a little bit of a graphic that shows you those 4 different types of coverage. We'd be happy to send it to you if you just want to hit us up afterwards and ask us for this, hopefully help explain it a little bit better. And then obviously a true own occupation policy is what you want to get if you're a doctor. So what's the next step? Well, clearly the next step is to get your disability insurance. And really doctors say, well, how early should I get it? Well, when will you be younger and healthier than the rest of your life? It's like right now. So you want to make sure that as soon as possible you apply for coverage. It's some of the hardest kind of insurance to get. And they do look through some things, some medical records. They've kind of given up on some labs and physicals for different things, but they really do look into some things before they give the policy. So the younger and healthier you are, even if you have a little bit of medical history, you can still get some great coverage and even some discounts. But you need to go ahead and look into it now and then keep it as long as you need it until you can self-insure. The way to do it is to request your quotes, to compare the options side by side and buy risk-free. And that's exactly what we do. If you want to let Pattern help you, all you have to do is click on our ad, click on our link, and we're going to put together a report just like this. You're going to give us a little bit of information. We'll put together a report. Believe it or not, out of 28 companies in the U.S. that provide disability insurance, only 6 of them, these 6, provide true own occupation coverage. And so if anyone's talking to you from any other company, just know it is not that true own occupation coverage. These 6 are. But we help our clients go through and look at these. We have someone consult with them, spend about 20 or 30 minutes explaining, comparing, contrasting these options. And on the backside of it, you should know everything you need to know to make a good, sound decision and get this right. And so if you haven't already, click on our link, click on our ad, and let us help you today. It really is a very complicated thing. We have streamlined this to make it simple and easy. We can do it on your time. We make it easy on the computer through a web meeting and a phone call. And so, if you've been looking to take this off your to-do list to finally check it off, let us help you do that. We'll do it in an unbiased, simple, easy way. And we're looking forward to helping anyone, any doctor who wants to get this right the first time. Thanks so much.